Welcome back to Stoic Habit Builder, the place where we turn ancient wisdom into daily power. Most people let life control them, but here, we learn how to control ourselves. Today's video will give you 10 Stoic habits to stay calm, disciplined, and unshakable no matter what life throws at you. Let's get started. 10. Stoic habits that will make you unshakable. Have you ever heard the saying, if you want something, never give up. Chase it until the very end? It sounds powerful, doesn't it? Motivational, and for many of us, it has been the motto we live by. But here's the hidden truth. Sometimes this mindset can place an invisible weight on our shoulders. It convinces us that if we don't achieve what we want, then somehow we've failed. But the Stoics, those ancient philosophers of wisdom, teach us something radically different. They remind us that life is not meant to be forced into our control. Not every door has to be kicked open. Not every plan has to unfold the way we imagine. Think about it. Have you ever poured your heart and soul into a relationship, a job, or a dream, only to discover that the harder you tried, the more things slipped away? And in the end, you were left exhausted, frustrated, even questioning your own worth. The Stoics would tell us, this is not weakness and it's not failure. It's simply a sign that life flows like a river. And if you fight against its current, you only drown faster. But if you learn to move with the current, you find clarity, peace, and direction. This doesn't mean you stop striving. It doesn't mean you abandon your goals. No, the Stoic path is about recognizing what you can control and letting go of the rest. It's about learning that strength doesn't come from forcing, but from aligning yourself with the natural flow of life. And here's the good news. You don't have to figure this out alone. In today's video, I'm going to share with you 10 timeless Stoic methods that will help you stop forcing life, reduce stress, and discover a lighter, more meaningful way of living. These lessons are practical, powerful, and if you truly apply them, they will change the way you experience every single day. So take a deep breath. Let go of the need to control everything, and get ready, because your journey into the wisdom of Stoicism starts right now. Habit 1. Live fully in the present. One of the greatest reminders from Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, is this. Do not act as if you were going to live 1,000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good. Think about that for a moment. How often do we live as if tomorrow is guaranteed? We put off happiness, we postpone peace, always waiting for someday. But the truth is, the only time we truly own is right now. Living fully in the present is not just a philosophy, it's a lifeline. When your mind is stuck in yesterday's regrets or tomorrow's worries, life slips through your fingers. But when you bring yourself back to the present moment, you start to notice the small, beautiful things that make life rich. Picture this. You're sitting under a tree, the sun warming your skin, the breeze brushing against your face, birds singing in the distance. For a moment, nothing else matters. No unfinished tasks, no future deadlines. Just this one simple, perfect slice of life. That is the power of presence. Now ask yourself honestly, how many times have you been with someone you love but weren't really there? Your body was present, but your mind was elsewhere, thinking about work, money, or problems. Those moments, once gone, never return. That's the real cost of distraction. The Stoics teach us that by living fully in the present, we reduce anxiety, build peace, and actually deepen our relationships. You don't have to wait until life is perfect to feel joy. You can find it in each breath, each laugh, each conversation. So here's a practice you can start today. Pause and ask yourself, what is happening right now? How can I enjoy this moment to the fullest? When you eat, just eat. When you talk, just listen. When you breathe, just breathe. Start small. A few minutes of mindfulness, a short meditation, or simply noticing the details around you. because the present moment is the only place life truly exists, and the more you embrace it, the more alive you will feel. Habit 2. Understand the impermanence of life. Life is always changing, and change is the only constant we can rely on. The ancient philosopher Heraclitus once said, "No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it is not the same river and he is not the same man." What a powerful reminder that nothing in this world stays the same, not even us. Yet so often we cling to stability. We want happiness to last forever, and we resist anything that feels uncomfortable. But can we really stop the flow of time? Think about it. The seasons shift without asking our permission. Spring brings new beginnings. Summer bursts with energy, autumn gently fades, and winter clears the way for renewal. Our lives follow the same cycles. Joy, sorrow, success, and struggle all move like the seasons. None of them permanent, all of them necessary. Here's the truth. Every emotion you feel, whether it's joy or pain, will eventually pass. That heartbreak you thought you'd never recover from? It softened over time. That moment of victory you thought would last forever? It faded too. Impermanence doesn't mean life is meaningless. It means every moment is precious. When you truly embrace impermanence, you stop panicking when storms come, because you know they won't last forever. You also stop taking good times for granted because you understand they're fleeting too. Imagine how differently you'd live if you woke up each day knowing nothing is guaranteed. Wouldn't you appreciate the people you love more deeply, savor the little joys more fully? The Stoics teach us to practice acceptance, not resistance. When life changes, instead of asking, "Why me?" we can ask, "What can I learn from this? How can I grow through this?" That shift transforms suffering into strength. So, let me ask you, what can you be grateful for today, right now, in this season of your life? Because when you recognize that everything changes, gratitude becomes the anchor that keeps you steady in the river of life. Habit 3. The power of acceptance. There's a truth the Stoics understood long before us. We don't get to control everything that happens in life, but we always control how we respond. Epictetus once said, "We cannot choose our circumstances, but we can always choose how we react to them." Acceptance is not surrender. It's not throwing up your hands and saying, "Well, I guess I'm defeated." No, acceptance is clarity. It's the strength to look reality in the eye and say, "This is what is. Now what will I do about it?" Think about it. How many times have you wasted energy fighting what you cannot change? A job you didn't get, a plan that fell apart, a relationship that ended. In those moments, resistance only adds more pain. But acceptance frees you. It gives you space to breathe, to redirect your energy, and to move forward. Let me give you an example. Imagine you've been chasing a career opportunity you really wanted, but it slips through your hands. You could break down, complain about unfairness, or tell yourself life is against you. Or you could accept that this door is closed and then turn to search for another one. Often, that next opportunity ends up being far greater than what you lost. Acceptance also protects your inner peace. Instead of being shaken every time life throws a curveball, you become steady. You stop being at war with reality, and instead you walk with it. That's real power, because no storm outside can destroy the calm you've built inside. So here's a question for you. What challenge are you resisting right now? What situation have you been wishing was different, instead of facing it as it is? If you shift your perspective from resistance to acceptance, you may find not only peace, but also unexpected opportunities for growth. The Stoics remind us that life isn't about controlling the wind. It is about adjusting our sails. And when you accept what you cannot change, you finally gain the freedom to focus on what you can. Habit 4. Learning to let go. Letting go is one of the hardest lessons we face in life. But here's the truth. Letting go is not the same as giving up. It doesn't mean you stop caring or that you've been defeated. It means you've recognized something powerful. There are things in life you cannot control, and holding on to them only hurts you. Imagine this. You're holding a burning stone in your hand. The longer you grip it, the more it scorches your skin. Relief only comes when you release it. Life works the same way. We carry toxic relationships, unrealistic expectations, regrets from the past, like hot stones that burn us day after day. And the moment we finally let them go, we feel lighter, freer, ready to move forward. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts." If that's true, why would we keep filling our minds with bitterness, grudges, or regrets that weigh us down? Letting go is not weakness, it's wisdom. It is the choice to protect your inner peace by refusing to be chained to things you cannot change. Think about it. How much of your stress comes not from what's happening right now, but from what you're refusing to release? Maybe it's a mistake you made years ago. Maybe it is an expectation of someone who will never be who you hoped they'd be. Or maybe it's that voice in your head replaying every "what if" you can undo. The Stoic practice is simple but powerful. Release what no longer serves you. Step away from the relationship that drains your soul. Drop the unrealistic standard that keeps you miserable. Forgive yourself for the past. You did the best you could with what you knew then. When you let go, you don't lose. You gain peace. You gain clarity. You gain the strength to focus on what truly matters today. And that, my friend, is the first step toward real freedom. Habit 5. Practicing mindfulness. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That single truth is the foundation of mindfulness. So what is mindfulness? It's not something mystical or complicated. It simply means being aware of your thoughts and emotions without judgment. It's learning to pause, to notice what's happening inside you instead of being swept away by chaos outside of you. Think about this. After a stressful day, how often do we just crash, scroll endlessly on our phones, or replay the day's frustrations in our heads? But what if, instead, you just sat quietly for a moment, closed your eyes, took a deep breath, and simply observed your feelings without trying to fix them? That's mindfulness. It doesn't mean you deny your emotions or pretend to be Zen. It means you notice them, accept them, and gently guide your focus back to the present. Because the present moment is the only place where peace exists. Here's a simple practice you can try. The next time you feel overwhelmed, ask yourself, what can I do right now to feel at peace? Sometimes the answer is just one deep breath. Sometimes it's stepping outside to feel the sun on your face. Sometimes it's writing down your thoughts so they stop spinning in your head. The Stoics understood this deeply. They knew that while the world outside is beyond our control, the space within us is our kingdom. When you practice mindfulness, you reclaim that kingdom. You stop being a prisoner of every thought, every fear, every external event. So today, I challenge you. Take just 5 minutes. Sit down, breathe deeply, and let yourself be fully present. No distractions, no judgment. Just you, here and now. Do this consistently, and you'll discover a calm strength that nothing outside of you can shake. Because the truth is, peace doesn't come from the world. It comes from the way you choose to see it. Habit 6. Using silence. Effectively. Silence. Most people fear it. They rush to fill every quiet moment with noise, with chatter, with distraction. But the Stoics saw silence differently. They saw it as a powerful tool, a discipline of the mind and the heart. Epictetus once reminded us, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." And that wisdom is timeless. Because silence is not weakness, it's strength under control. Think about it. How many arguments could be avoided if we simply paused before reacting? How many regrets could we prevent if we chose to listen instead of rushing to prove a point? In the heat of conflict, silence can be your shield. It allows you to step back, to see the bigger picture, to respond with clarity instead of anger. But silence is not just for others. It's for yourself. When you practice silence, you begin to hear your own thoughts more clearly. You realize what truly matters and what is just noise. You gain the ability to separate your emotions from your reason, which is the very heart of Stoic strength. Here's a simple exercise. The next time you're in a heated conversation, instead of firing back immediately, stop. Take a breath. Stay silent for a moment. Observe. You'll often find that silence speaks louder than words. It shows restraint, maturity, and wisdom. And in your daily life, create spaces of silence. Turn off the TV, step away from constant notifications, go for a walk without music. In that quiet, you'll discover clarity, peace, and answers that constant noise can never give you. The Stoics knew, mastering silence is mastering yourself. And when you master yourself, no one, not anger, not fear, not conflict, can control you. So remember this, silence isn't empty. It's full of power. Use it wisely and it will transform the way you think, speak, and live. Habit 7. Enjoying the journey, not just the destination. We live in a world obsessed with results. Promotions, achievements, milestones. Society teaches us that the value of life is measured at the finish line. But the Stoics knew a deeper truth. The real meaning lies in the journey, not just the outcome. Picture this. You set out to climb a mountain. Yes, the summit is your goal. But when you finally reach the top, how long does that moment last? A few minutes, maybe an hour, and then it's gone. The true treasure isn't standing at the peak. It's the sweat, the struggle, the views along the way, and the strength you discovered within yourself step by step. Life works the same way. When we focus only on results, we set ourselves up for disappointment because outcomes are never fully in our control. You might win, you might lose. But if you learn to love the process, to embrace the daily climb, you will always find meaning, no matter where you end up. Ask yourself this. Are you rushing through life just to reach a destination that will vanish in a heartbeat? Or are you savoring each step, knowing that every day is shaping the person you are becoming? The Stoics remind us, if you live only for the result, you'll miss the beauty of the present. But if you value the journey, you'll find joy even in the struggle. Because every obstacle, every setback, every small victory along the way, that is life. So instead of saying, I'll be happy when I get there, learn to say, I am grateful for where I am, right now. That shift in perspective transforms the ordinary into extraordinary. The destination matters, yes, but the journey, that's where life actually happens. And that's where your true strength, resilience, and fulfillment are found. Habit 8. Finding joy in simple things. Have you ever noticed how children can find joy in the smallest things? A falling leaf, the feel of the wind on their face, a simple hug. They light up as if the world just handed them a treasure. And maybe that's one of the greatest lessons we forget as adults. Happiness doesn't have to come from something big. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." Think about that for a moment. We spend so much of our lives chasing after promotions, wealth, recognition, yet often, the moments that touch our hearts most deeply are the simplest ones. Sharing a meal with someone you love, getting lost in a good book, or sitting quietly with your family at the end of the day. But here is the problem. We are so busy racing through life that we overlook these simple joys. We wait for happiness to arrive in the future, when in reality, it's been sitting right in front of us the whole time. Let me ask you, when was the last time you slowed down just to enjoy your morning, coffee, or to listen, truly listen, to someone you care about? These may seem small, but they are the building blocks of a meaningful life. The Stoics teach us that joy is not about adding more to our lives. It's about noticing what's already here. The warmth of the sun, the laughter of a friend, the peace of a quiet evening. These are not minor details. They are life itself. So instead of chasing happiness like it's somewhere out there, start by appreciating the little things within reach right now. Because when you do, you'll realize you don't need more to be happy. You simply need to see what's already yours. Habit 9. The art of gratitude. Gratitude is not just about saying thank you. It's a mindset. It's a way of seeing the world that turns even the smallest moments into treasures. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to love." Imagine starting every day with that thought. How differently would your life feel? Too often, we reserve gratitude only for the big wins, a new job, a promotion, a major achievement. But the real art of gratitude lies in noticing the ordinary gifts we so often take for granted. The breath in your lungs, the ability to walk, the presence of people who care about you. History gives us powerful reminders of this truth. Take the example of Viktor Frankl, a man who endured the horrors of a concentration camp. Even in that dark place, he found reasons to be grateful. Grateful for a memory, a kind gesture, even the faint hope of seeing his loved ones again. If gratitude can exist in the darkest of places, imagine how much light it can bring to our daily lives. So, here's a simple but transformative practice. Every morning, ask yourself, what am I grateful for today? Don't overcomplicate it. It might be the roof over your head, the taste of warm coffee, or simply the fact that you woke up to live another day. The truth is, gratitude doesn't just change how we see the world, it changes us. It shifts our focus from what's missing to what's already here. It softens resentment, strengthens resilience, and opens our hearts to joy. So pause for a moment and ask yourself right now, what is one thing you can be grateful for today? Hold on to it. Because gratitude is not just a feeling, it's the foundation of a fulfilled life. Habit 10. Embracing solitude. We live in a world that never stops moving. There's always noise, notifications, conversations, responsibilities pulling us in every direction. And yet the Stoics remind us of a powerful truth. Solitude is not an enemy, but a friend. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." And the best place to hear those thoughts clearly is often in solitude. When we step away from the noise, even for a short time, we begin to reconnect with ourselves. Think about it. When was the last time you allowed yourself to simply be alone, without a screen, without distraction, just you and your own mind? For many, solitude feels uncomfortable. We try to avoid it. But what if, instead of running from it, you welcomed it? Solitude gives us 3 priceless gifts. First, reflection. It allows us to examine our lives honestly, to understand our values, and to ask, am I living the life I truly want? Second, creativity. Some of history's greatest ideas were born in moments of solitude, walking alone, journaling, or simply sitting in silence. And third, peace. In solitude, we find a calm that the outside world rarely offers. It doesn't take much. A quiet walk in nature, sitting down with a good book, or a few minutes of meditation can open doors to deeper clarity and strength. These are not just hobbies. They are ways to build resilience and wisdom. So instead of fearing solitude, treat it as sacred time. Time to recharge, time to listen to your inner voice. Because the truth is, if you can learn to be at peace with yourself in solitude, you'll never truly feel lonely, no matter where you are. Too often, we confuse effort with force. We think that if we just push harder, control more, and tighten our grip, life will finally bend to our will. But the Stoics remind us, real strength is not about forcing life into our design. It's about flowing with the natural rhythm of existence. Now, don't get me wrong. This doesn't mean giving up on your dreams, your ambitions, or your goals. Far from it. It means pursuing them with clarity, with intention, and with courage, while also understanding that not everything is within your control. When we learn to let go of what we cannot change, we reclaim the energy to focus on what we can. Marcus Aurelius often wrote about living in alignment with nature, and what is nature, if not change itself? The seasons shift, the rivers flow, the trees grow and wither. Life is constant motion. Fighting against that truth only leaves us exhausted. Accepting it, that's where peace begins. Think about it. How many times have you been frustrated because things didn't go exactly as planned? Yet, when you look back, those very detours often led you to something better. That's the hidden wisdom of letting go. Happiness is not at the finish line, it's in the step you're taking right now. So here's my final message to you. Don't force life. Don't try to drag the future into the present before it's ready. Trust the process. Embrace the impermanence. Find joy in the moment you are living, because this moment is all we truly have. When we stop fighting life and start flowing with it, we discover something powerful. Happiness was never somewhere out there. It was here all along, in the quiet acceptance of what is and the gentle courage to move forward with peace. And if today's message spoke to you, if it gave you even a moment of clarity or peace, then I invite you to take this journey further with me. Subscribe to the channel because here, we're not just learning philosophy. We're learning how to live stronger, calmer, and more meaningful lives one step at a time. And remember, you don't have to transform overnight. Just one small Stoic habit practiced daily can reshape your entire life. So stay with me. Together, let's keep growing in wisdom, in resilience, and in gratitude. I'll see you in the next video.